Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Yurok and welcome back to some Farming Simulator 25 here on the Frankenmuth map and our animals only challenge. This is Yurok. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. Also, don't forget to leave comments down below. Now we are right here where we left off. I did finish picking up the straw and I fertilized both the fields, and now we have our tractor plowing that field. And we are going to be baling up our grass. We're going to go ahead and bale the field the whole time because we still have quite a bit of TMR and we only have the one cow barn. And these bales should feed our goats for quite a while, so we're going to go ahead and just bale this whole field this time, and that way we'll have plenty of bales for our goats. We don't have to worry about that for a while. But we are doing pretty well. We only have one more thing to buy, other than land and animal enclosures, and that is going to be a second forage wagon. And the reason being is I want to have one to just be able to keep TMR in to feed the cows with, because once we get more cow barns, it's going to be a every month thing having to fill both of those up, or all of those up, and having another tractor and forage wagon will be good for that. So we will get a fourth tractor, probably just a medium tractor, probably like the Challenger. um, to get for that, and that's what we're going to be saving up for next, uh, to get that tractor and forage wagon. So we need about 150,000 for that, roughly. We'll buy the forage wagon first, then the tractor, and then after that we'll be strictly back on animals again. I just decided that it would be easier for us if we had a second forage wagon to keep from. That way I can just keep it over at the cow barns. That's our current plan anyway. And then we will start working toward the regular cows. So we're about 300,000 off from getting our next cow barn. But that shouldn't take us too long. I mean, we do have between 20 and 30,000 every month, plus another 3 to 4,000 off a slurry that we'll be getting every other month. It's not, I won't be doing it every month, but probably every other month, emptying that. But anyway, so that's what our current plan is. Just think it would be easier for us to not have to keep emptying the forage wagon when we need to use it, because we will be picking up grass probably the next 3 or 4 times we cut it, because these bales will last for quite a while. But we'll see how it goes. But that's the current plan, to get it. Like I said, probably get the Challenger and and of course the forage wagon, and then we'll start working toward um, getting our next cow barn in. But we'll go ahead and get this field baled up this time, get these bales picked up, and then hopefully by then he will be done plowing that field and we can get him planting. And then rolling will be the last thing. And I wasn't going to roll the fields anymore, but since we cut the field in half, I think that extra 2% will make a little bit of a difference. So we will. We ended up getting about 131,000 liters a week. So going forward, we have over 400,000 liters a week right now. We're not anywhere near running out. But at some point in the future, we will have to purchase another field for wheat. But that's going to be way down the line. Because I do plan on having a minimum of 6 chicken houses. We may do more than that. Just depends on how things work out. But that's our plan, is to have at least 6 chicken houses. Now we will be doing at least 5 or 6 goat enclosures and 6 chicken houses. It may be more than that. We'll just see how things go. But I think I've decided that we're not going to limit ourselves on cow barns like a number, but we're going to fill up that whole field 20 over there once we get it. The one that's behind our house there. Once we get it full of cow barns, then we will be where we want to be on cows. Now I know we're going to have to get another fermenting silo at some point too, because the one is not going to be enough to continue to make TMR for all those cows. But we got a little time for that. But after we get our cow barn, the next thing we're going to do is going to be to purchase these 2 fields here so we can increase our grass field. That's going to be very necessary for us going forward, so we can make sure we have enough grass to harvest to continue to make TMR, and that will probably coincide with us building the other fermenting silo as well, because we're going to have a place to put it, and having 2 buildings producing TMR will go much faster. So that being said, we will probably, next time we harvest the wheat, we will probably be putting down that second fermenting silo, right on the other side of where our little multi-grain purchasing station is there. That will be our second fermenting silo, and we'll start filling that one up with straw, because this one is almost full. It's got about, I don't know, 1.5 million liters, maybe even more. We can find out real quick. So yeah, it's 1.5 million liters of straw in that one. So the next wheat harvest, we will start putting it into a second fermenting silo, and then we'll start splitting our grass between the two. That way both of them are making TMR. And like I said, these 2 fields will be added to our grass field. But that will be once we get our forage wagon. Actually, I think we'll go ahead and buy the cows first. We'll buy the cows, then the forage wagon, and the tractor. Since we have 2 cow barns, it's really going to be more beneficial for us to keep the forage wagon over there. So we'll do the cow barn first, come to think of it, because that will help us make more money. And then we'll get the second tractor, our 4th tractor, and second forage wagon once we have our next cow barn. So we will be doing the cow barn next. Then we'll purchase those, and then after the cow barn will be a second chicken coop and a second goat enclosure, and then a second dairy, and then that will probably be all the dairies we have for a little while, until we at least have our 5th and 6th cow barn down. Of course, that's way in the future, but we are going to continue to do that. Like I said, we're going to need more dairies because the milk production is slow. As far as the buildings using up the milk, because we're already starting to stockpile buffalo milk, and we've only been 3 or 4 months with the cow barn, so. But next episode we will be going into November, December, and then January we'll be cutting our grass again. But like I said, we'll get all this done, get these bales picked up, get them unloaded over at the goat enclosure. And the goat enclosure kind of has a little bale storage spot in it, so that'll be good for us to store those bales in there. And that way we won't have to worry about baling for quite a while. Until, we get more goat enclosures, obviously. But by then we should have a really big, grass field. Because, like I said, after we put down our second cow barn, I am going to be purchasing another tractor, another forage wagon, and these two fields, so we can make a bigger grass field. Because going forward, we will need that. I mean, not so much now, but I'd rather go ahead and get it going so we are stockpiling the TMR instead of getting close to running out later on. Now, if it comes down to it, our dairies get full of milk, we will just sell the milk outright until we can get more dairies put down. But that is not something I want to do anytime soon, so we'll just have to see how it works out. But we will probably at some point have to sell milk because the dairy's not going to keep up with the production that we're going to be getting. Now, I'm not sure how much milk we know we get about just a little bit less than 19,000 liters of milk from the buffalo, or 1,900 rather, not 19,000. So I mean, it's going to take a long time for us to get to the point to where we have to sell that. But once we get 3 or 4 or 5 of those cow barns with the water buffalo in them, it will get to the point to where we don't have enough space in our dairy for the milk. And like I said, continuing to add dairies will help alleviate that, but there will probably be points here and there where we have to sell the milk, because the dairies only hold so much, and the dairies are 210,000 a piece, so it takes a while to get up to that point. And by the time we get to the point to where we're having to sell milk, that will help us kind of reach that goal of getting a new dairy, so we don't have to sell our milk and we can start putting. But I mean, even our goat milk is starting to stockpile in there. We'll look at all that once we get done with the bales, just to kind of show you where we're at. But yeah, I think purchasing the cow barns first, and then these two fields, so we can increase our grass. Now, we won't be able to buy both fields at once, but we will be able to buy one of them and go ahead and get it cut in as a grass field to attach to this one, and that will just give us more grass production, which, like I said, we're going to need. And by the time we do that, we will probably have that second fermenting silo going, so we can start making TMR in it as well. Now, I can take straw out of this one to put in the other one, and we may do that to start with. But until we purchase another field for grass, we're not going to need that second one, because it's like I said, we're pretty good on TMR for at least a while. I mean, there will come a time where we need more, but not right now. But that is our current plans. But we're a little ways off from that. Like I said, we're making between $20,000 and $30,000 each month off our products. Some months it'll be more. Some months some months it'll be 23, 24,000. Some months it's going to be more than that, depending on what the dairy produces. Like when we get a pallet of buffalo mozzarella, it's going to be basically double what we make that month, because those are worth a good bit more than everything else. But excuse me, we will we will start seeing an increase in our money once we get the Holstein cows in, and that's why we're gonna purchase those before we get the other forage wagon, because I can deal with the one forage wagon for right now. But once we get that second cow barn, that's gonna kind of be what we need. All right, so we're done here. Let's go ahead and get our bales out. Let's eject our bales. And we can get all these picked up. He's getting close. Wonder if I do this. The bale don't want to come out for some reason. We'll just grab it. There we go. Right, let's go ahead and get our baler parked. We'll go pick up our trailer and start picking up these bales and get them stacked off. And he should be about done plowing by the time we get done with that. Then we can get him going on the planting. Let's go ahead and get our trailer. Go get the rest of them picked up. I think we'll probably just drop these off in the silo. We got full load of bales in the goat enclosure already. That should last us quite a while. So let's go ahead and just drop them off in the fermenting silo. He is about done. So what we're going to do here, go ahead and drop this off. Get him hooked up to the roller. Get him started on rolling. Or get him ready to start rolling once we get started planning here. Alright, so this is the last row of plowing here. Field is done. Fill this up with as much fertilizer as we can. Seed. Seed first. Then fertilizer. Alright, good deal. We had enough. So we can get him started here. Okay. Just get him in the field and then try to go better here. Looks like he did miss part of the field up here. make sure he didn't miss anyway. Looks like he might have missed part of it, but we're looking. No, I guess he got it all. Okay. Alright. Alright, so let's check out. Alright, so we still have a little bit of TMR left in there. That'll work. Let's check our dairy, see what. So the goat milk is not full, but you can see we haven't hardly used any of our buffalo milk. We're still only half a pallet of buffalo mozzarella, so let's give him some time to know exactly what he's doing. I think we can run over most of these. I'll just get over here. Get this edge down, and then we'll come back down that line. Alright, we'll get this field planted, get it rolled, and then we'll be moving on. Next episode, we'll probably be doing November, December, and January because we'll just have products to sell for 2 months, and then we'll cut grass again in January. course, one good thing is we only have to do this every 6 or 7, 8 months, something like that. This is the longest part of our series here, is getting this field redone. But we're halfway done with the replanting, and then we just got to roll, which will get him started here once we get another couple of passes. Flipped around here. that this is my least favorite part, is rolling. It's just a very slow process, but it does help us get a little bit more yield. that's going to be all for today, guys. I do appreciate y'all being with me here today. This is your also. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. Also, don't forget to leave comments down below. All that stuff for you is free, and it helps me and the channel grow. And I do appreciate all y'all support me so far. This is you guys rock, and I love you guys. I hope y'all have a blessed day. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.